Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Z-Star, and you're watching my review of Darkest Dungeon. Before we start talking about the game, let's talk about the developer. Red Hook Studios have never really made a game up until now. Darkest Dungeon released January 19th, 2016, but it was in early access way before that. It really shows how much they put into this game and how bad they wanted to make a quality product. Alright, enough about the developer. What is Darkest Dungeon? Darkest Dungeon is a dark fantasy turn-based story-driven RPG. You control a party of explorers slash dungeon crawlers that go to abandon the state while people are wiped out by like a horrible plague or whatever. These dungeon crawlers go through these dungeons that are on this property in an effort to level up your characters and get better weapons and gear, and take on, in the end, the Darkest Dungeon, where the name of the game comes from. On the face, it's a fairly simple RPG. It has a cool art style and some side-scrolling, as you can see. Well, here's the catch. Leveling up your heroes and getting them better gear, you can't really do that when your heroes are dead. It creates a roadblock of sorts. Yeah, it's a hardcore game. Your heroes die, and it's actually in this video. One of my heroes just dies and nothing happens. There's no fail state. It just keeps going until all your heroes die, which then you finally get a fail state. So besides dying, stress is a very important factor in this game. As you go through a dungeon, your heroes accumulate stress and eventually get so stressed that a debuff of sorts occurs. Sometimes it's hopeless, other times it's irrational, and sometimes it's abusive, or a range of other things. All these have different effects on your characters. However, none of them are positive. Being stressed is not good and will actually be a big factor in killing your party if not taken care of properly. As you go through these dungeons, you find these bookcases and chests as well as other things you can look at. There are many possible outcomes for looking at these objects. A buff, a debuff, nothing. You can also get loot like gold or torches. Gold is used to buy items to go on quests, torches, food, bandages, stuff like that. And other things can be bought before a quest. The food gives back health and keeps heroes' stress down, bandages stop debuffs, and torches keep the dungeon lit. Well, why do you need torches? Why does a dungeon need to be lit? Well, there's no actual difficulty option in the game. On the top of the screen, you can see there's a light bar of sorts, and when I use a torch, the light goes up and it gets brighter. Well, this is an extent to the difficulty level. The darker it gets, the harder it is, and that's why, if you didn't notice, I bought like 16 torches so it'll be easier for me and my people to stay alive, and I can eventually get to the darkest dungeon. It's a very interesting mechanic, and I've never seen it in a game before, ever. It's really cool, and the fact that you can change difficulty on the fly is pretty cool too. So next up is the UI. It's nice enough, I think. It can be confusing at times, but for the most part it's pretty good. I think it's an easy to navigate menu and that you can see everything you need to at any glance. As for the controls, I can say the same, but I'm not going to praise them too much because it's a side-scrolling RPG and it's really not hard to mess up those kind of controls. So as you can see, the art style is somewhat unique. They really went all for this Lovecraftian art style. There's really no part of the game that doesn't embrace the art style. It's all brilliantly put together and has a very nice contrast with the red and black. There are numerous classes in this game. Each have different abilities. Smite, Grape Shot, and Heal, for example. However, to use some of these abilities, you're going to need to have people in the right place. Since it's a side scroller, you can position your people in slots 1 through 4, 4 being in the back. So, for example, the knight character I have is in position number 1, where I can use all his abilities. Certain characters use all their abilities in position number 3 or position number 4. This creates a dynamic in the game where I can have my healer in the back and be able to use all 4 abilities and enable a deal, take, heal style combo. Other abilities I can use with my current party setup is an AoE-like attack with a plague grenade and a full party heal with my healer. So, once you finish a mission, the Hamlet is where you're going to end up. The Hamlet is this game's version of a hub world. Here, you can take care of your character's stress, whether he's going to the abbey, brothel, bar, or whatever. This is where you can get rid of all the stress your heroes accumulate during missions. You can also upgrade heroes here, as well as put them through some sort of training, and you can also actually add heroes to your roster using the stagecoach in the bottom left. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video, and I hope that you found it helpful. If you would like to see my thoughts on other games, the playlist is on the screen, and if you'd like to watch another video of mine, that video is also on the screen. But before you go, please don't forget to press the subscribe button, because I post videos like this 2 times a week, and subscribing is the best way to see them first. See you guys in the next video.